The lost generation of Aboriginals. It is estimated that the Aborigines arrived in Australia some 40,000 years ago. They were nomadic hunters living primitive lives, and they had their own culture and habits. They were approximately 300,000 in number, and they spoke in the region of 500 different languages. With the arrival of the Europeans, the Aborigines were forced off their fertile coastlands and sent to the rugged island areas of the Australian outback. Many Aboriginal children were taken away from their parents to be brought up in white homes and missions. This was an effort to introduce them to civilization. Missionaries did their best to convince the Aborigines that Christianity was the only religious course worth taking, despite having their own age-old spiritual beliefs. This generation is called the Lost Generation. They not only lost their freedom, but also their culture and identity. The widespread problems with alcohol, violence, and abuse in Aboriginal communities today may largely be explained by this. The most prevalent cause of death among the Aboriginals were the contraction of foreign diseases which their immune systems were not able to combat. A simple head cold often proved fatal for an Aborigine. Some were also hunted by white settlers and killed like animals. Population and rights. By 1920, only 60,000 Aborigines remained in Australia. Since then, their population has increased due to higher birth rates and the revival of Aboriginal culture, music, and crafts. The last census shows that there were approximately 250,000 Aborigines and 27,000 Torres Strait Islanders in Australia. Sadly, the last Tasmanian died in 1978. Today, the Aborigines have their own land council in every Australian state. They have been granted the rights to certain land areas such as Uluru, Ayers Rocks, which they consider holy. In spite of many efforts on behalf of both the Aborigines and the Australian government, there is still a great deal of unemployment among the Aborigines. They have the lowest family income in the country, a high rate of both welfare dependence and infant mortality, and a lower life expectancy than Australians in general. Now it's time to summarize what you have watched, do it, and submit it in its learning. Thank you for watching and good luck with summary.